Oh hey, it's Papa RPG signing on and saying hello to my beautiful viewers. Let's take a dive into the plethora of footage we've received today on this May Day and break down everything we've seen in an organized manner. I've decided to cram it to only the best footage for your convenience and arrange them into two categories, the good and the bad. So on we go to Saints Row 2022. Let's start with the bad. It has been confirmed that there's only going to be 25 mainline missions, but that's excluding the side content. Regardless, that's still pretty short for the main storyline. The idols' voices are terrible.
Fuck you, Saint!
I'm almost sure this is temporary dialogue because the voice does not match the way this guy looks at all. A lot of the story we've seen so far has an underlying comedic theme that I really hate when games do.
For my people, girl.
Nice left.
Been practicing.
I can tell.
See? Barbecue day, just like I said.
Didn't expect an aerial assault on your lunch break, did ya?
It's part of the reason I never got into Watch Dogs 2's narrative. The enemies look extremely bullet spongy. The explosion looks nice here, but the way the tree just crumbles into pieces then disappears looks a little odd. Here's a little look at the Hispanic voice option.
Jesus, this car is fucked up.
It belongs to my husband. He's on the city council.
Does he know about your hobby?
This is the same voice actor who played Mixer in Agents of Mayhem. It's not SR1 Hispanic levels of bad, but it's definitely not Ken Michael.
Now, I've been getting that a lot.
The punching sounds like bubbles popping, which is not a good thing. The streets of Santo Ileso in some shots look really dead of NPCs. Even in this one shot where they show off the Vegas district that's supposed to show off the livelihood of the city, really doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on. Also, the NPCs seem to have a little bit of an erratic behavior, like this girl in green who casually walks into the group of people after you pull out your guitar taunt. The dialogue in general just sounds like a cringe fest.
Walk away, or the phrase dead-end job gets literal.
Kevin ain't here, so fuck off.
Ha! That took care of them.
Now that we've got the bad out of the way, let's get on to the good and end the video on a higher note. The gameplay looks extremely fun, the vehicle combat looks good, and overall the driving looks smooth. It does remind me of Agents of Mayhem on how the vehicles seem to behave and jump around midair. Here the car looks really good, and I really can't wait to drive. It definitely looks smooth and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The criminal ventures look to be a great new feature, and we are shown one vacant lot in the Mercado district that the player decides to build an arms dealership on that has the player doing some classic mayhem. The fact that each venture has unique rewards like outfits or props for your HQ is a nice addition and adds replay value that inclines the player to try out all the different ventures. I feel Eli has the least cringy lines when it comes to the dialogue that we've heard of the gang thus far.
What can I say? The world is full of uninteresting people, and I'm not going to be one of them.
Which took me by surprise. Nina, on the other hand, surprisingly sounds the worst out of all of them. Can't tell if it's the lines or the way the voice actor is delivering them, but it just does not sound good. Environment attacks look awesome. It's an added layer to any firefight. Speaking of firefights, they look good. Guns sound and feel punchy, and the takedowns are something I'm actually looking forward to. Some returning cars we haven't seen much of are the Ant, the Estrada, the Grandad, which looks like the Betsy, the Hammerhead, the Hollywood, the Kenshin, the Peterliner, the Raycaster, which has two variants, and the Reaper. Again, the car customization looks like it's going to be a very fun time and the best in the series. This Raycaster sure is looking sexy. Certain lighting effects here look great with the graphics. The wingsuit looks fun, although I feel like it's lacking some sound when you hit an opponent. But regardless, you can bounce around from different people and even hijack cars mid-flight. This character here looks awesome, and he seems to be rocking a nice silver watch and a chain. Really love this outfit. This outfit looks great too. I can't wait to make my Arthur Morgan build.
That's my boy.
The ability and perk system seems to add an RPG element to the game, being able to toggle upgrades on. The abilities we've seen thus far are Pineapple Express, which lets you grab an enemy, drop a grenade down their pants and throw them. Smokescreen, drop a smoke bomb at your feet to confuse your enemies. Proximity mine, place a sticky mine that explodes when enemies are near. Frag out, throw an explosive anti-personnel device. There's also a flaming fist punch ability, a quantum aperture ability that lets you shoot through walls, and a blacklight blind that blinds all enemies within a certain vicinity. All these abilities are earned through a meter called flow that slowly grows as you're fighting enemies. There's also a perk system. Different perks are unlocked when you complete in-game challenges. There are 3 different classes of perks that range from minor, major, and elite. And ooh, looky here, an unequip button. No more being stuck with overpowered abilities like in Saints Row 3 and 4. Some of the perks range from doing more damage to enemies when attacking from behind, moving faster while crouching and aiming, you gain more altitude from wingsuit bounces, being fire resistant, better hipfire accuracy, being able to pocket all ammo and cash that's dropped from enemies, and much more. Each weapon has a signature skill that you can unlock by doing various challenges, which adds a deeper level of immersion and challenge, which is always a positive. Classic noises like the radio change tune
Right. Be your own boss.
and the Mayhem Ching noise are returning. The line "well shit" seems to be a callback to the end of the SR3 heist mission when you get arrested.
Well, shit.
Well, shit.
The sprinting looks almost identical to AOM, which I guess isn't a bad thing. It was pretty smooth in that game. The HQ customization font looks straight out of SR2 and I love that. There seems to be some unique loading screens depending on different locations you're going to. I feel the Saints Row community as a whole is starting to slowly get on the same page when it comes to analyzing the gameplay of the reboot and seem to have a common opinion that it looks like this game is going to be a good time. However, I still feel the narrative of the game looks to be the weakest part of Saints Row 2022. And it does seem to be the most controversial opinion people debate about, probably now more than ever. I'm curious as to what they have planned for us moving forward, as that August 23rd release date sure is creeping up fast on us. With 25 mainline missions, it does worry me that the characters will not be given enough screen time for you to really develop that bond with them like we did with the original cast of the Saints. That being said, I will try to remain cautiously optimistic about everything as a whole, and don't you worry, when that story trailer finally releases, I will be sure to give you my 110% full thoughts on it. So there we have it, everyone. A whole lot of gameplay dropped, and now we can overview the list of pros and cons once again from the footage we've been shown. If I'm being quite honest, I'm excited to play this game. I really am. But at the same time, the cringe dialogue and the overall tone of the cutscenes we've seen thus far does not make me confident in the story at all. I can't really see somber moments like Aisha's death, Carlos's mercy kill being presented in a game that has to shove underlying comedy within every other line. I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical of the game because we still haven't seen much of the story. However, this was the biggest glimpse we've seen of the narrative throughout the marketing campaign we've seen thus far. Do you guys feel the same way when it comes to the dialogue, or is it just me? Let me know what you think of the footage below, or feel free to yell at me in the comments for having an opinion. Regardless, stick with your boy Papa RPG for everything Saints Row related plus much more. Also, join my Discord, you won't regret it. Bye bye.